Hey, what's good, everybody? Welcome to the live session with the Hype Magazine. I'm your editor-in-chief, Dr. Jerry Doby, and today, y'all have heard me talk about my jealousy of drummers, saxophonists, and bass players, right? Because of my traumatic experience of being forced to play clarinet. And today, if you're ever online and you've ever seen on the porch, you've seen this man sitting back with his wide brim hat, killing it on the drums. His name is Wes Watkins, and he has firmly established himself as a vital force in the vibrant musical landscape of Washington, D.C. Now, I've seen him play go-go. I've seen him play church music. We're gonna get into it. The brother is diverse. The last one with Young Dro.
Yeah,
We need men. That boy,
yeah, yeah,
him and T.I., that was dope.
yeah, man. It
Wes,
definitely was. Yes.
welcome, my brother.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you for having me on.
All right, so the heart of some amazing black culture, musical culture, in
Hmm.
the fabric of music, go-go. You know, um, who was your favorite? Who was your famous DJ out there? DJ Chuck,
Which DJ?
the go-go DJ that was
You got,
really amazing in the DC area.
man,
Like
you got a lot of them.
went on to rest a couple.
Oh, you talking about Chuck Brown?
Chuck Brown.
Oh, you said
Yeah,
when you said DJ, I thought you were talking about yeah, Chuck Brown. Yes,
yeah,
yep.
yeah, legend,
Godfather
icon,
Go Go. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Godfather
Yes.
Go Go.
Hmm.
Really my first exposure to that. But so look, R&B,
Hmm.
gospel, rock, neo soul, hip hop, blues, and of course go go.
Yeah, yeah, yep.
How, first of all, let's just go from this. He's the
Okay.
drummer extraordinaire. You gotta go check on the porch, right? And he's the author, but let's get into it. How long have you been playing the drums? Percussion.
uh, literally my entire like 38 years.
38 years.
Yeah, my father's a drummer. So literally when I was born, he got the pictures. The first day I was born, he put drumsticks in my hand. And you grow up in the house, hearing the drums, seeing it. Of course, grew up in church, playing in church and stuff like that. Yeah, I just been around it my whole life, man. So yeah, it started from the time I was born, literally.
Literally.
And
Okay.
yeah, and so it just became a thing. I like the thing I love is that my dad didn't like force it on me. He kind of let me. I think that's what made me gravitate to playing drums more. It wasn't a thing like, hey, you got to do this. Go practice for 5 hours, or go do this, or go do that. Just being around it made me. It just drew me in more. So yeah,
So
yeah.
at age 7,
Mhm.
you caught the
Richard
eye,
Smallwood.
Richard Smallwood.
Yeah, and for real, it wasn't even so much I caught. Like it was kind of, it was an accident that happened. So basically, somebody else was supposed to play, they couldn't do it,
Mm.
and so my uncle Larry was just like, "Man, my nephew he played. Everybody, everybody in church
You
when they
know,
know you, my nephew
yeah.
he played." But 7 years old, did the full show for him, and I played for him a few more times after that. But yeah, that was that was my introduction to like Richard Smallwood. It was crazy. They still
Wow.
got we still got the VHS tape at my parents' house somewhere.
I bet you they ain't gonna let that
They
go.
oh nah,
Not
it's
gonna let
it's
that go.
certain things in my life we got VHS tapes on. I need to one day just go find them joints and get them converted to like DVD or something. Cause
Bro,
yeah, it's around
bro.
here somewhere.
I've been married to this woman of mine for 21 years. She got every videotape. I think I got some beta tapes
Man, hey,
and some laser discs.
hey, man, keep it. I still got DVDs. I still got
I
some
got
VHS.
DVDs,
Listen, yeah, I got VHS, all that. Hey, listen, I just need to
bro.
find me a good VCR.
Bro, when I was in Afghanistan, bro, for a couple years, and I bought every DVD known to man. Every
I
time
hear
I
you.
went on a mission and they stopped and there was an actual PX, they
Like
would
you
have
going,
collections. Bro, I bought stuff I didn't even watch. you know what irritated me, and I know this is off the topic, but irritated me was we were America's region one, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we were in Afghanistan, that's region five. So region one DVDs won't freaking play in region five.
Dang, that's crazy. So you okay?
Oh,
Dang,
bro,
I know
I
you's
would buy
blown.
packs, and it'd be like, no, and all I could do was ship them home.
Right, right, right.
And then the ones that would
Dang.
play were all in Russian, overdubbed in Russian, bro.
So you just sitting there. Sheesh. Yeah, that's hard times right
Bro, that was hard
there.
times, bro. That was hard times right there.
Ah,
Drummer, instrumentalist, with a diverse background.
mhm,
We look at social media. I read the bio. I got the bio and all that good stuff. And I could
mhm,
say, because of my fanboyness for drummers, what I think, but I would like to know from the inside looking out in a
mhm.
reflective. Talk to me about Wes Watkins.
Um, and what would you want to know? Would you?
I'm asking who you see Wes Watkins. If you're moderating a conversation and describing yourself in your mind, talk to me. How do you feel about Wes Watkins?
Man, I'm just me, man. I'm just a dad, who honestly who happens to be a musician and author and you do all these different things. Like I said, I'm very reserved. I'm very laid back. You know what I'm saying? Like I think my biggest thing about me that I will always put first and foremost just I love being a dad. You feel what I'm saying? Like that's just I am a dad. Anytime I get the chance to be with my kids, I'm with my kids chilling,
Right.
Like I said, man, I'm me. I'm a people person. I love family. Um, like I said, I love being able to be a dad. I love being a musician. Wes is a hustler. I'm a go getter. I'm gonna be out here putting in work, when it comes to this musician side and the entrepreneur side and as an author and things of that nature, always trying to find different ways of how I can make an impact on, those around me and, things like that. Always looking to build, always looking to go to the next because um, I'm never comfortable. I don't ever want to feel like I've arrived somewhere, So it's like I get a chance to do a lot of things that certain people might not get a chance to do in a lifetime and meet a lot of people. And you celebrate the moments, and then it's like, all right, I gotta, what's next? Because I got two kids watching me.
Mm,
So I don't never want them to think that I don't ever want them to get comfortable out here. So
info that.
yeah, yeah. So that's me, man. I mean, you
I love
definitely
it.
ask whatever, but yeah, that's just me. I'm just
No,
laid back,
that's
just a dad, a
that was
musician, and an
absolutely
author.
perfect. Like we could see all we want to see, from the artistic side, you know,
Right.
on your website and front porch
Yeah.
part. We see that part. But I'm like, there's a human being behind the entertainment.
Yes. Yes.
And
Yes.
and rather than assume, we get it from the horse's mouth, so to speak.
Yeah.
How you see yourself. And
And
I admire that parenting
not
part.
thank you. Yeah, because it's I look at it like, through everything I've been through, I wrote a book about my first book, The Life That Created My Own Sound. I talk about everything from suicide and dealing with alcoholism and, not having confidence and all of that. So, to go through a lot of those things and to be the man and the father I am now, like that's what I put first and foremost, like God still got me here. You feel what I mean?
Right, right.
So it's like, to be able to do everything else, that's just the
Icing on the
cherry,
cake.
the icing on the cake, cherry on top.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's me in a nutshell for real.
I mean, I can see that how it would be just natural for you to instill this in the kids. Like at 9, what you formed your first band, and then uh
Yeah, well, I think it was like 9 or 10. We had our first band. I had a couple
school
bands when
band,
I was
right? School band.
well, nah, well, not for real. For you know what? I actually forgot. I had a band even before the school band.
Okay.
Me and a few of my guys at church, we had started our own band. It was like a gospel fusion R&B band. Man, now that you said this, I really forgot about this. Me, my man Ryan Suggs, Justin, and Josh. We had this band, man, and we would practice for hours.
Mm.
And I think we probably did like one or two shows at church. You know what I'm saying? But and then started a band elementary school and middle school. Yeah, so those some times, man. But it was just like even during them times, just like man, I want to do my own thing, and
Right.
we was coming up with stuff. Yeah, it was, dang man, you just took me back just that quick. You just made my antennas go. I just started having some flashback. Like dog, we was putting in some real work even when we were younger.
And you were having fun, having a really great time. Are you having the same amount of good time as you were when you first discovered?
Man, honestly, now I am. Now I am. You have those times where you go through even though it's music and it's something that you love to do, it's just like any job. You're gonna go through them seasons where it's just like, man, I want to give, I want to quit, or I don't want to, I know like 2022, I lost my grandmother, then my best friend, and then my aunt within a month. And like I found out that my best friend, she passed away from cancer during my grandmother's funeral. Like I'm in the funeral and found out. And then my aunt passed away the night before my birthday. And so during that time, like like it was like a year where the love for music just I was here, but I wasn't here. And I stopped practicing. I really stopped getting into it because I was just like, yo, like I couldn't find that thing to make me
Mm.
wanna like it started just becoming work. You know what I'm saying? And so I wanna say probably like the middle of 2023, I started back falling in love with it again.
Okay.
And then last summer is when the love like really popped back out. It was like I could breathe like, oh, I'm back. Like, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And it's been that since. So yeah, I have a love for it, but like I said, it's been a few times when I want to throw in the towel and just going through them hard seasons of because as a drummer and as an entertainer, it's our job to entertain. So you got to get on that stage when you pissed, when
Mm.
you sad, when you hurt.
Mm.
It's like, and you got to find a way to make sure that you're you're getting everything across to the people because at the end of the day, they pay their money to see you, whether you're playing for an artist, like they're the reason you working. You know what I'm saying? And
Real talk, real talk,
and
real talk.
yeah, so it's like you learn when you've been doing it for so long, you learn how to navigate through it. And I was able to do that. But to answer your question, yeah, I'm in love with it. Like I love it. I found a love for it again, and yeah, like I'm all the way on 1,000 right now, man.
Yeah, I was looking at a clip. I think we were talking about your Jeep that it got broken in, and hopefully you got
Hmm.
your equipment back. But
Nope.
you said you were doing 4 shows that day, and you were driving. I'm going, oh my, that's love.
Nah, so no, I so that day it was 4 times I heard don't do the last show in the city.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, now that week though, I think I may have had like 7 or 8 shows that week, if I'm not mistaken. Cause I do a lot of shows when I'm home. Like this past week, I had 9 shows, and then my church we had 7 church services. So I played a total of 16 times within from Tuesday to Sunday.
What is your exercise routine like that? Playing the drum.
Man, it's
Cardio plus all upper body.
no, I tell you this. I'm literally in the gym every day on the treadmill, though. That's one thing I do. Keep me up with my breathing and all that. I stay on that treadmill. I live on that treadmill. That's one of the things that get me through. But yeah, man, sometimes when it's crunch time, when it comes to this, it's like it's part of the game. Whether you're out there touring or you home, you say you want this lifestyle, you gotta take what comes with it. And with mine, thank God my name is good and I'm consistent. So, if I'm
Yeah,
gonna work, I'm gonna
yeah,
work.
working. Look, honestly, I'm up like 5 o'clock every morning. I'm
6.
I'm on the front porch every morning,
Oh, that's what's up.
getting mine in. I'm like, and now I'm on your damn page.
That's what's up.
By,
Thank
by
you.
like 5:30, I'm like, all right, well, let's let the let the drummer get some. And I'm just mesmerized. I'm going, man. And then when I'm watching you making your sound packs,
Yes,
your
yes.
drum packs,
Yep.
so interesting to me. I'm like,
Thank you.
how do you hear all of this
Man,
put
I
all
know.
together?
So I mean, specifically with the sound packs, when they approached me about that during COVID, Splice was, they shout out to Splice, they were definitely helping out a lot of musicians who were, because we're musicians, this is what we do for a living, and everybody doesn't have a side business and stuff like that. So they're like, hey man, we want to partner with you, do a sound pack. Like, we know you're hip, you love hip hop. That's the first one. So we want you to do like a boom bap. I
Mm,
love hip hop. My brother, so it's like I have a diverse background in music because of my family. So like growing up, my mom always played gospel. So I'm always had that gospel side. My dad did too. He was a preacher, but my dad was more funk. So I
mm,
got the funk. I got that from my dad. My
okay.
brother was straight hip hop. So my brother, he older than me. So everything Wu Tang, MC, like that's why like a lot of the people that I've been playing with on the front porch, I'm like, yo, I was listening to these records when I was just a little youngin.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like it's already been engraved. And so then as a kid, when you start being around people and they're playing these records and stuff and you're playing along, so it just kind of just already gets like it's sketched in your brain, stitched in your brain. So now it's like when you get older, I know the records, I have the feel. Now I get to play them. So
Mm,
now everything I was learning, it gets to come out. And I'm always not, and that's one of the reasons why I didn't want to just conform myself to one genre. I don't want to just do gospel. I don't want to just do hip hop.
mm,
I was on tour for 3 years with the Fabulous Thunderbirds, one of the greatest rock/blues groups,
mm-hmm.
and touring with them, I got that old school rock and blues feel and learning how to play shuffles. And so, I was able to, so that's why I'm able to hop on any stage just about and do whatever because growing up, this is what I had around me. And
Mm-hmm.
so, yeah. So, so doing that, doing that, it helped everything of that. It was like preparation going into doing the sound packs. So
Okay.
doing the boom bap and then, doing the go-go joint, I play percussion and drums. So that right there was, I did that whole pack in the go-go one. I did that in one day. I think I took like 7 hours straight. I went to the bathroom twice and I did that 7 hours straight, everything, drums, percussion. I did everything in one day. So, and when
Damn.
it came out, that's the go-go one is the first go-go pack ever on Splice,
Okay.
not in general, but on Splice. And when it came out, I was what, number 30 in the country.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that's yeah on the Splice charts. That's huge. Like,
Wow.
and people still buying it because I still get those quarterly checks. So thank you. Yeah,
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. So Splice is for live musicians as
yeah, like
what Beatport is for producers.
just about yeah. So anytime you want sound pay, you get some of the biggest to some of the smallest musicians on there. But a lot of people have some great sound packs on there that you'll find that you use sample for your records and stuff like that. So to be like I said, to be part of that is just amazing in itself.
You mentioned that you love hip hop. As you can see by the grades, I was
Yeah,
I was there before hip hop hit the radio, right?
yeah. Okay, okay.
So, uh, when you did the collab with Kane, like I know my watch time contribution was like an hour on each at least.
Yeah.
I'm like, how is this clip an hour long, bro? Like I was just stuck. And then I've gone to your site. And I like I said, I stay on your Instagram page. When I need some energy after my little
Yeah.
Tai Chi workout done wore my behind out, uh, I'm like, yeah, I go to the drummer pages and
Oh, that's what's up.
yours is one
Thank you.
like that I have to visit to get my energy back. And
Okay.
the intricacies of the patterns.
Yeah,
Is
I'm
that
big
how
on
you dress
patterns.
it in is it patterns? Okay.
I'm very big on patterns. Yes.
I'm just watching them going, okay, well, how in the hell did he think of that? Well, where did that? How do you do it, bro?
Man, honestly, a lot of times when it comes to like the hip hop stuff, when I get to the patterns or anything I do with patterns, I always like to play off of the words.
Okay.
So I have a thing where it's like you can have a hip hop group, like let's just say like like Tribe Called Quest, Find a Way. You know what I'm saying? You got that joint, but I'll try to play in between the groove.
Okay.
It's almost like the tamarines, the shaker, like the stuff that make the, because it's like you don't ever want to overplay a record. And so my thing is, what can I do that'll make it feel better and make somebody be like, yo, that's crazy, and still not take away from the actual song.
Okay.
So a lot of
You're the
times,
accent.
yeah. Like I said, I play off of the words, or I might hear a part in the song, and it might be like one little part that speaks to me. And I'm like, shoot, I could actually build up on that. Like, and it's like, shoot, that joint actually fits on top of that. And so it's like, I'll be playing it. Then for me, it's like, if I don't have this, then nobody else is going to have it. You know what I'm saying? So it just started from there. And then,
Was that
like,
George Benson, bro? Was that a George Benson riff?
nah, that was just a random show.
No, 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 no. That pattern,
Which one? From which
that
genre?
pattern. That is an old school player.
What's George Bush's genre? Shoot. Hey, I probably is, man. But it's like,
beautiful. I'm just like, you just
nah, that's like,
took
yeah,
me
it
there.
is. It's not that, but that happens too, because it's sometimes when I'll play stuff and people comment like, "Yo, are you playing such and such song?" And then it's like I had to go back and listen, like, "Oh shoot, it do sound like that," but that's not what I was going for. But cool,
It
I see how
wasn't
that fit.
but it wasn't a drum. It's a guitar part.
No, yeah, but I'm just saying, but like even that, but for me, that's what I'm saying. So
Okay.
I can hear a guitar line, but I hear percussion.
Oh,
You could
right,
play something on bass, but for me, it's computing in my mind as, oh, that bass part is going these low congos right here on, you know what I'm saying? So like
right.
that's how my mind computes, because my space is drums and percussion. So that's why I say when I listen to records, I'll pick out the most random thing and I'll focus on that and I'll make a groove off of that sometimes, or just the words. So
I gotta
that's
ask you. I gotta ask you. As many songs and sounds as you've created,
mm-hmm.
can you just do the consumer thing and jam out to music, or do you find yourself analyzing?
It's both.
Oh,
Both. Yeah, sometimes I find myself when I go out, I can't even really enjoy a show because sometimes you be here, so you be like, nah, that's not, or you
that,
know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So
yeah.
it depends, honestly, but I do have my time where I'm able to just enjoy it. Like I still go out to shows sometimes and just for real just enjoy, but I'm not as bad as a lot of my friends. Like I got some musician friends. I mean, I just be like, bro, just go stand over there,
Ah,
because you about to dissect this show from start to fit. Hey, Wes, did you hear when the bass player did this and then he went to the five and the drum? Bro, I was just trying to.
just try to vibe out.
That
Look,
was it.
I'm guilty. I'm not a musician,
Yeah.
but my mother was a concert pianist. Maybe
Okay.
that's why she, tried to get me killed with that clarinet
And the flute.
and the flute. I'm like, "Bruh, really? No, this is not."
Uh,
But hearing it,
yeah. Yeah, that's why I said like like I said, like I do, but I try not to do it as much because like I really do try to go out sometimes to enjoy it. But then there are just certain situations where just like you can't not
can't
hear.
ignore
Like,
it.
yeah, it's like even if I hear a singer sometimes, I'm like, okay, you're a little flat. Let's go ahead and it's some stuff you can't get around, but I do my best to try to go out and enjoy. So
I love your work. I love your work.
thank you.
I love your ability to blend the rhythm and keep
Mm-hmm.
up the energy. You know what I mean? And I hear that that's kind of what solidified you as a pivotal,
It
figure in shaping contemporary music culture. Um,
it yeah.
Go ahead.
I I think that's why I get well not I think I know that's why I get a lot of those calls, because when I get the chance to go do albums for people, they love the patterns. So it's just always just like, yo, like what are you hearing here? Or hey Wes, this is what I'm hearing. Can you make this come to life? So it's always good that people, and that's why I'm always on social media posting and stuff, because this phone is my resume. has
Mm,
become my resume is the way I make money. So it's just like I like to put stuff out there that people. Because this is the thing. Let me just say this: you have a million drummers out here who are amazing, and everybody does a great job. So it's like I have to give a person a reason to want to call my phone.
mm.
So that's where a lot, and that's why I stick to. I like patterns is my thing. Like I can come up with patterns on the spot. So doing that makes people say, "Hey, I want to use him." Because now I know my sound when I hear myself on a record or dude was driving randomly. I did a show on Sunday. I'm unpacking the truck to go inside, put the stuff in. Man, I hear this joint. I hear this dude pulling up. I hear these drums going on. I'm like, is that me? Surely enough, it was. Like, oh shoot, I heard one of the patterns I was doing. I'm like, yeah, that's me. Like, so to be able to do that and people are enjoying it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's patterns became my thing. That's what makes me what I'm doing.
You know, I was really excited to have this conversation. First of all, I have already admitted my jealousy of. I ain't ashamed. I,
Okay.
I ain't ashamed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And but the one, and I don't know, and I'm look West Coast all day, right? For me,
Mhm. Got you.
but with Ti and Young Dro, bro,
Yeah. That
when
was cool.
Southern hip hop
Hmm.
started to hit, the soul in the joint. And I know the Hustle Gang thing with Young Dro and T.I. I know that's considered trap music or whatever, but
Yeah.
there's so much there's soul. There's Deacon Johnson in the
And
melody of that song, that
the,
the one that be whining and moaning in the
yeah,
church
yeah,
that
yeah,
set everything
yeah.
off, set the party
Yeah.
off in church.
Yeah.
It's right there. And I watched you and I'm going, bro, it looks easier than it sounds easier than it is. And then you start listening, picking away the layers like Shrek, right? And I'm going, this Negro here is special. Talking about you.
Nah, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
How do you sonically,
Hmm.
and my limited experience with drums, I got an opportunity to fix the freaking kick drum pedal for Jerry Brown.
Okay.
You know, he's a drummer for Stevie Wonder, right?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay.
And I just happened to be a PA on what is it, Stevie Wonder's a House Full of Toys.
Oh
And
shoot.
and so he said, you want a drum tech? I'm like, what am I gonna do? Well, first of all, his pedal is jacked up. I happen to be the guy with the tool truck. So Alan Rich came in to play as Rich's, and he says, okay, so guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna let you be part of the show. Just for fixing that pedal, he says, he's gonna have a cymbal change. And he says, all you gotta do is just drop it on. I'm like,
So
go
I got.
and put the wing nut on,
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
And I couldn't even do that shit right, bro.
Yeah.
But I had the spirit, bro. I
Okay.
I was like, yeah, Jay Brown, Stevie Wonder Johnson. And I can say I'm a drum tech.
Respect. That's what's up.
Yeah, no, never. Yeah, I ain't earned shit, bro. We're in
That's
the middle of the
funny.
show, and the guy, the real drum tech, is going, "You got to get them cymbals on, bro. You gotta hurry up." And I got him, and I didn't get him up, and he moved me out the way, and
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
about two counts later,
Oh man,
oh shit,
that's
I'm
funny,
not gonna
dude.
mess up this show.
That's that's funny. That's what's up, though.
But I just love watching you. So how many setups do you have? I watch drummers have different kits, right?
Yeah.
Kits for different.
Um, my setups. I used to go real crazy with the setups because one thing that I used to find hard to do was if you're doing a show and you have other drummers on a show, multiple drummers, sometimes you might not always have the time to fix everything to how you want. So, one of my favorite drummers, my man Cleon Edwards, he plays for Erica Badu, Jill Scott, some of everybody. He's from out Texas, amazing drummer. And when I started watching him, I would always see his crazy setups. Not so much crazy, it's just stuff started making sense to him. So So I say all that to say I use a lot of different setups. It just depends on what I'm playing at the time. Like if I get real deep in my hip hop tip, I might have a setup where the hi hat is to my right when I'm playing open hand, and I might have the whole drum set set up to the right, so everything I do is this way. It's
Mm,
been times where I play where I set everything up this way, where I put the floor tom snare in between my legs and my side snare here. So I have many different setups. It just depends on what I'm doing. If I'm doing hip hop,
uh,
I like to be more open. So sometimes, a lot of times, I play open hand, unless I'm just being lazy and I don't feel like doing the setup. Yeah, I have a different setup for every genre for real. It just depends on the situation and like I said, if I feel like being lazy or not. You start getting older.
yeah.
Sometimes you be like, man,
Hey, hey,
I ain't about to. We gonna keep this simple tonight.
hey, hey. I'm like, I saw that you have like the piece of equipment that got stolen was like a is
The
it I don't
sample
know if it's a
pad,
drum machine or
yeah, my sample pad, yeah,
sample
yep.
pad.
hmm
Okay. So you mix all that. How does that play into the live show?
So a lot of times, so it depends. Like on my shows, if I sometimes I'll have a percussionist and sometimes I won't. So a lot of times I take care of the percussion stuff. Like if we're doing if I'm home and I'm doing a show with my band and let's just say it might be on the original, the R&B tip, but I'll sometimes have different acapellas of hip hop situations. Cause like instead of me having a DJ, I'm the acting DJ on the spot.
Okay.
So like, I got one clip like we were doing a jazz club, we were doing a blues alley in Washington D.C. and we were doing we flipped what song was it what's going on, and so we got a part at the end that we added like what the world needs now is love from above, and it go into like this hip hop feel. And I meant to hit the clap, but I hit Will Smith Summertime. Well, here it is, groove, slide, train. And so I kept stopping it, but the way I was doing it, it was like mixing. And so the whole crowd was like this. And so I was like, shoot, let's let it rock.
Let's
So
go.
I let the whole, you know what I'm saying? So I got in that sample pad, I got everything from Will Smith to Old Dirty Bastard. I got Snoop in there. You got Tribe Called Quest. You got Wu Tang. You got Raekwon. You got Go. I got so many different things so that depending on the environment we're in. Like if I'm in a hip hop environment, oh, we're gonna take you this route. I got something just to make everybody go like this. You know what I'm
Ah,
saying?
yeah, nah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So it's like that pad. That's like my superpowers.
Okay.
You all I need is a sample pad, a bass, a snare, and a hi hat, and I go to work for 3-4 hours
Man,
straight. mm-hmm.
I need to ask you since we're on the subject of live shows. I need to ask the layperson's question. What the heck is the plexiglass stuff for?
Oh, I mean, it's to certain stages people don't want them loud, so it just the sound is bouncing back. You can control the sound and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a fan of it. Um, I'm like, man, you got to know how to play with dynamic. That's my opinion. But a lot of shows they like it. People want it because they just want to control the sound. So yeah, I got it. I don't have to play with them as much. Um, People let me slide a lot of times because I control my sound. But like, I know we did the September. We did what was that? The Kennedy Center.
Mm-hmm.
We did it with the orchestra, and on that kind of setting, I had to have the plexiglass around because you got the strings and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's just a control the sound, really. You know what I'm saying?
So it's just sound baffles, basically,
Yeah, but for the most part,
for the most part. Oh,
hmm
okay.
So
I always wanted to know. I'm like, because I've seen like I could understand when they're like two drummers, like when who's the guy who does War Pigs?
oh, I can't even think.
The
I know
crazy
you
guy.
talk.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know you talk. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So when they do War Pigs, they've got two sets of drummers up there, and they
It,
got the plexiglass in case. And I'm going, well, why? I just you're the subject matter expert, so I figured I needed to ask.
yeah, like most times that the only times I really get put in that glass is like when I'm at a church or something like that because that's just they setup.
Okay,
But yeah, most times when I'm on shows, I don't need them.
you don't need them,
You know,
but you know how to
nah.
modulate the sound that you're giving.
Yeah, yeah. You got to because it's you go from playing. I know how to play when I'm on a big stage in front of thousands, and then when I'm on, if I'm at a restaurant or I'm at a small private gig or whatever like that. Like I did it. We got this one spot we do in DC, and they were just like, my first time coming in, they like, hey, we got some hot rods up there and we got some brushes. I said, man, I'm cool. Nah, I mean, we just don't want you playing like. Trust me, I got it. Did the whole show with sticks. Oh man, that was amazing. I know how to play. I know my dynamics. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to know how to. You got to know what's for what. You
You
know.
said you did your whole set with sticks. What were they expecting you to use brushes or something?
Yeah, so because it was the club is not big and the stage is small, so most drummers that come in there, they're you know what I'm saying. So they're thinking like, he about to come in here. I'm like, nah, like it's for one, all that stuff they doing is not even needed. Like I know what I'm doing. Like I promise you, it'll be straight. And so it was. They were like, oh, okay, cool. I bad, you good. Like, yep, I
They
know.
don't know who they talking to. I
Yeah.
know who they talking to. I know who they talking to. Uh, I love it. So you've had some great experiences, not only, performing with the legends. I gotta know, you were young. Your first international experience, you did a drum clinic in Amsterdam.
Yeah, that was back in 2014 or 15, one
Mm.
of those two. Yeah, man, that experience right there was crazy. When they reached out to me originally, like this was still going through my depression phase. So I was like, man, why they reaching out to me? I ain't that good of a drummer. You got all these other drummers that's in the world that they could do it. I
Mhm.
was for real downplaying myself, and they just like, man, we want you. And so it was one of those things. This is really what I feel. Um, this was the first time I really invested in myself and what really took me to go to the next level. So they're like, hey, we want you to come out and do this drum clinic. They was like, man, they told me the vision about it. And it's just like, honestly, we don't have a budget. So it's like if you come out here, you coming on your own. I'm like, man. But they were just like, this is where we're trying to go. Like, was on the phone for hours. So I'm like, someone was just telling me, it was guy like, man, just go ahead. So got the money for it, went there, did it. Man, to go across seas for my first drum clinic and for them to treat me like royalty. And it's like, you go over there, they got your face on posters, billboards, stuff. You walk, I'm like, oh shoot, like I ain't never experienced nothing like this. And then to go do that, about what, 250 people showed up. And so doing that, it's like, okay, we got to find a way. After that one, I ended up on the front cover of the drum magazine with Questlove
Okay.
and it's another drummer, Mike Mangini, very well known. So end up on the front cover with them, had a write up about myself, and then I came back 2 years later to do my first album release party.
Okay.
And that time, made a lot of money on that job. 300 plus people, and it just started going from there. So yeah, doing that right there, it was really the first time I had ever, like I said, believed in myself, invested in myself, and then after that, it just started going. You know.
Talks about his music and his band. Got My Own Sound is
Mm-hmm.
the name of the group.
Yes. Yep.
And your motto is make more music. Talk to me about Got My Own Sound and the product line and what's going on with that group.
Well, yeah. Well, this right here, make more music. This is actually one of my best friends. This is his line right here. So I believe in support my boys. And shout out to my man Steve Johnson with make more music. But got my own sound. The crazy thing is, got my own sound started off as a clothing line. Yeah, that's the funny part. Like this is back in 2010, 11. I just didn't really know what else to do with it. So then I ended up going to the band, but started back. We're actually coming up with the merch right now, get ready to drop.
Okay.
But
I
but
need a
yeah.
hoodie. I need a hoodie.
Oh, I got you. Oh yeah, I got the hoodies, shirts, got the hats coming. I make sure I promise you I got you.
Well, I'm in Kansas City, get cold. I'm a hoodie freak.
I
I wear hoodies in the summer.
got you. That's what's up.
I'll have you.
I
But
got you. Well, yeah, man. I mean, and got my own sound. We've been around for what The band has been established now for 10 years. We've got to do a lot of amazing things, man. And Got My Own Sound is not just a band name. Got My Own Sound is just saying like, I am who I am, you are who you are.
Right.
Like it doesn't necessarily have to do with your sound of you playing. It's like saying I'm my own man, I'm my own woman. I don't like to follow everybody else, me personally. So if everybody wearing black, I gotta be the person that got on like black and white or black and red. If everybody going left, I just gotta try to see what's if we go right, what's going to happen. I'm that one.
It's,
And so, so that's what I wanted Got My Own Sound to be. I want to be a thing where when you come here to play, like you're you. I don't ever want to change anybody to be the next person. I don't want you to sound like anybody else. I don't want to sound like anybody else. I don't want to resemble anybody else. So Got My Own Sound just saying like I'm me. I do what I do, and yeah, you know.
okay.
And so yeah, I think I answered that question.
You did perfectly.
Okay, all right.
That's what I'm talking about. Look,
Yeah, man.
marketing is the art of differentiation. And like you said, you know, and I'll just as a comparison, there's 7,500 D million D rappers, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got to stand out. You're
You
literally the
got
needle
to.
in the haystack.
Yep.
Your drummers, percussionists of all ilks, whether it's from the Latin realm to the
Mm-hmm.
Caribbean realm to from the America, you
Yeah,
you have to stand out.
I agree.
And so being yourself, and I think I've always enjoyed like going to the jam sessions where
Yes.
people just come together and
And
play.
just do. Yeah.
I was down, I was in LA down in the building at Universal, and
Okay.
they had a jam session in the studio, and I was like, it was a bunch of drummers. That's why I'm stuck too.
Yeah.
I was like to see like 75 drummers, like 8 hours worth of drumming
Just in
and
that.
music and just watching. And then I just came from NAM too. And I spent most of my time in Exhibit Hall B around the drum sets.
I was supposed to go.
I,
I ain't
you
been in a while. I ain't been in a few years. Yeah, I was supposed to go.
this is my
Mm.
first experience. I was stuck in that exhibit hall. I'm like, damn, I gotta cover everything. I gotta cover crafts. I gotta cover but I'm stuck because they're having drum clinics and people were playing.
Yeah.
Like I have like 3 hours of footage just from the drum
Drums. Oh,
section.
that's what's up. That's
And
what's
I'm
up.
like, bad journalists. No discipline, but they turned me loose on my own for a week. And
Yeah, like you got. Yeah, I get it. I get
you
it.
got a whole day of drums messing with
Yeah,
me.
buddy.
So I really enjoyed it. What is the most fun for you about making music?
um, I think that's the part. It's the vibe, the feel. It's especially when I get the chance to do rehearsals. Because
Mm,
rehearsal is just like, especially like when you have a group of people that already learn the music. Now, when you come into the rehearsals, like, yo, let's get the feel together. So now you might have learned the record, but now we could take the record. Yo, we get to this B section. Let's let the for 8 bars. Let's vibe. Let's go to this right here or see where it go. You know what I'm saying? That's the most fun for me. Like when we do our rehearsals, we're all set up in like a circle so everybody can see each other.
mhm.
So it's like to be able to play and you see the look on everybody's face, and when everybody's sitting there like this, like
Yeah,
it's like, oh yeah, we got something. Like that's is that, and then also being able to perform live and seeing the look on the audience face. That's what That's when it really gets like, all right, we in a good space. And all of our shows lately, it's been that like being able to be on stage and then we see everybody start partying, dancing, or everybody just giving us this. It's like, yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah, we doing
yeah. You
that.
got your crowd moving, move the
Yes,
crowd, move the
yeah,
crowd.
definitely,
That's
definitely.
that's the
Yeah.
business. Have you had a favorite, like just impromptu jazz session? You walked in somewhere and somebody says, "Oh, guess who's here? Get up here and let's get it." Have you had one of those? You have like a highlight, a benchmark, one of those?
Oh,
Because you can't come nowhere where I'm at that is a drum set and don't get
uh,
called out.
nah, like I don't. It's been a couple times. Yeah, because the thing is, I don't honestly get the opportunity to go out that much because I'm always playing.
Working, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like And the times that I have been out, honestly, I'll be in the cut so people don't see me.
Mm,
Cause it's like sometimes I really don't want to get, I really just be wanting to see other people. But I'm trying to think of I know it's some time. I really just can't think of the situations because
it's all good.
it don't happen that, it happens, but not that much. And
Okay.
yeah, hold on, my man, hold on. Let me just see. You got me thinking though. I'm trying to, who did I, because it actually happened. Yeah, it happened in the beginning of this year, but I forgot who it was with. I was at a spot.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I ended up getting on for like 20 minutes because I was like, yeah, somebody got to come back in on these damn drums because
Yeah.
I'm hot. But I forgot who it
Ah,
was with. So
let
I
me
was like,
out.
I ain't come out here to be sweating and stuff like, dog.
Let me go. Let me
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
go.
yeah. I had to get off there quick.
What is the most complicated collab that you've had to do musically that really challenged your timing and sense of nuance and things like that?
um, I think that it's challenging my timing and stuff like that. I would say the last time when I had to play with Shantae Can, like it's um because of the way we did the show. Shantae, she's a jazz singer, and it's dope when you get to work with people that um count like you do, like they mind work like your mind.
Okay.
So it's like sometimes you like it's not even that you met your match. It's like, oh, you be on some going to different time signatures like I do, but it's not on me to make it happen. So now I gotta go off for your, you know what I'm saying? And so it wasn't that the whole show was challenging, but it was just like we had some thing with that time signature changing. But it was just me just getting adjusted to the show because we didn't have enough time to actually work the show when I got the call for it.
Okay. Okay.
It was like the rehearsal was right before the show, and then leading up to it, there was a lot of music going on between it. So you trying to be a jukebox, but the thing is, I know how to, like, for me. As long as I know where that one at, I can play anything off.
Mm.
I'm gonna make it seem like I meant to do it on purpose, and I'm gonna keep a straight face. Now, after we had a conversation later on after the show, oh yeah, that was me. I messed up, but I kept a straight face because to
Hey.
the crowd be sitting there like, I remember I forgot what song it was, and bruh, when I tell you I got off, I don't even remember how shit. And so the band was looking at me like, all right, like yo, this different. I was just like, yeah. I just kept going, and so the crowd of people was just like, all right, Wes. But I'm sitting there like, yo, where is the one? Oh, there you go. All right, cool. All right, bet. And Shantae looked at me like, oh yeah, keep going. We good. We good.
Yeah. You they were looking at you like you was Miles Davis on the drums, just came out of nowhere with something. Like,
Dude,
where'd you go? What?
dude, when I tell you, but it was like when I in music, when you lose that one even for 3 seconds, 3 seconds can feel like 2, 3 minutes. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I kept that straight face, man. You keep that lie alive. I kept that straight face and got back to it. And like I said, it wasn't like a train wreck. But you know, when you do stuff like that with artists, when they got a lot of different time and stuff like that, you know, you just got to be on your stuff. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think that was probably like one of my because a lot of other shows I do because it's R&B and it's hip hop. That time signature, you playing for the crowd, so it's I don't, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, and I think probably I would say, even with my own band, there's stuff that I do with. We got 4 albums out, so
Okay.
there's certain records that I connect and certain shows I put together where it's the band in its entirety is like, all right, man, let us we gotta get our reps back in. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah.
Okay. What's your latest album? You have a new project out?
No, we're getting ready to start recording within the next couple of months. The last
Okay.
album that came out was called Moonshine Music. We have 4 albums. You got Got More Sound, Welcome to Our World, Out of Love, and Moonshine Music. Um, Yeah, that was number one on the iTunes charts when it came on the jazz charts.
Time music. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. It did real good. So we are getting ready to record our first go-go album. So yeah, I'm taking all of the albums, taking not all of the songs, but a lot of songs we had on the albums, and I'm gonna flip them into go-go. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I already have it's some good features that's supposed to be on this one, even from like the industry side. So I'm trying to get everything done now. So I get those records to them, and because I feel like if not if my bad, I don't like to say if when I pull this off, it's gonna it's gonna do some things. I'll put it like that.
Okay. Well, you definitely got an ally right here with the music. If you
Ah man,
shoot that to me, have Nigel do what he need to do.
I got you.
We got you over here at the Hype Magazine. Look, early
Thank you.
on, I'm a father of six, a grandfather of 16 now.
Oh, that's what's up. Okay, congratulations. Yeah,
Uh, you know, retired military. So most of my life I spent away from my kids. My
got you.
youngest is getting ready to go to college.
Okay.
So the dad thing was really huge for me for you to talk about how important it was and enjoying and getting all the juice out the steak, so to
Yeah.
speak, with
Yes.
that. And so you got children's books. Talk to me about the children's books.
Yes, I have two children's books. The latest one is Fathers Love the Kids. Oh, can't see it. There we go. Right there. Fathers Love the Kids. Then I have another one called Fathers Need the Kids and Kids Need the Fathers.
Mm,
Um, it really came from a place of number one, just wanting kids to I don't really see too many books about fathers out there. And I have a great father, still do, seeing my brother, my big brother be the father he was, and my dad and my brother being an example to me to be able to be a dad. And yeah, this book, the first book was really just I included my kids in it because I just never want them to think that I always just want them to know, like, man, no matter what I do, y'all are part of my vision of what I do. You know what I'm saying? So when I write these children books, I'm writing these books with y'all in mind. I want y'all to be part of my legacy. I want y'all to be part of my vision, stuff like that. And so, yeah, and so fathers love their kids. I had the idea for that book right there. There are a lot of kids who everybody doesn't have a perfect family. Some kids may just grow up with a mom, some may just grow up with a dad, some may not have either. Some got that uncle that's raising them or that barber that's the mentor, whatever. And so I wanted to be a book where even if you don't have a dad, there's a book that there's a symbol of somebody that I would like to be something like that. You know what I'm saying? So in the book, I'm talking to my kids. I'm always telling them, you're smart, you're handsome, you're beautiful. You can do anything you want to do. In the book, it talks about spending time with them. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, even if you didn't have that situation, you might be able to learn a few things from the book to say, I want to apply this to my life when I get older if I want to be a dad. I want to be the kind of dad that this guy is in this book to my kids. And I know I went to a school a couple months ago and did a and read to some of the kids. And two kids just like when I said the name of the book, it's like, oh, I don't have one of those. Kindergarten. Yeah, when I say man, that joint broke me. But to be able to have a conversation with the little kids, like, I don't know your situation, but you know, hopefully dad, wherever he's at, he loves you, whatever it is. But to read the book to them and then say, oh, that's you. Like, I love this. Can I have this? You know what I'm saying? And that's the kind of reaction you want just for kids to feel good about something. So yeah. So like I said, though I had the two children's books and a coloring book, and I have three more children's books that I'm going to release within the next year or two.
the man is already a best-selling author, children's books.
Yeah, man.
And so obviously the concept, the care and the nuance and the detail that you put into the books, similar to the music, you're delivering something that people can feel. And this
That's
happens
it.
to be the kids.
Yes,
So
definitely. I'm big
they
on that.
they need to learn how to feel
Yes.
and not to just hit the disassociative trigger, the switch,
Mm-hmm.
and tune out.
Yep.
So thank you for the leadership and the contributions on that because yeah, we do
Thank you.
need kids and our kids do need us. Fathers, we're talking
Very
about
much.
specifically.
Yes. Very much.
So
I appreciate it.
yeah, appreciate you. Man, whether you're behind the stage, behind the drum kit, crafting stories that resonate with young audiences, bro. Um, I see you continuing to, redefine boundaries in music. It's he's a musical doctor without borders, changing lives and healing. Look, bro. There's times when people show up and I don't really want to go to this show. I don't
Yeah,
get all dressed up to sit in the jazz club, and I don't really care. Me and this person, we ain't really getting along, but I done bought these tickets. I gotta go. And then to have the music levitate,
yeah,
move from the bottom to a smile at the end or a connection,
yep.
through the music, that's power. And it's amazing. And the skill is one thing, but caring
Hmm.
about delivering something that's going to reach out and
Yes,
raise the hair on somebody's arms because they're going to be
yes.
like, ooh, that
I
was,
can't believe. Yes, and that's what I go for.
mm-mm,
It's being on stage. Like I'm always. I don't care who I'm playing with or what the situation. It could be club, it could be party, but I'm always looking around to see who's engaging. Especially as a drummer, like I'm driving the beat.
mm,
So I don't. It's not so much if people are not dancing out because when you play in different scenarios, there are some people who don't want to dance. They really just want to come to hear music. You know
mm,
what I'm saying? So it's like if I could look around and I see a head bobbing, or I see the snapping, or I see the foot tapping, or I just even if you're not doing it, once you just hear, just gazing, just
yeah,
that's it, And so that's why I'm always big on delivery when I'm playing, even when I'm doing my own shows. I'm literally always looking around the room, just seeing is everybody engaged? All right, cool, we good. All right, they right where I need them to be.
yeah,
So that's very important to me, the delivery of music to people.
yeah. I'm a chair rocker. And if I
Got
do
you.
get on the dance floor, it's a two-step.
Yeah, and
I'm right
yep,
here. I'm
that's
it.
it.
You
And when I
know,
play to the dance floor, it's four to the floor. I want
yeah,
everybody.
that's it. That's it. I ain't gonna do nothing fancy, but I'm feeling it. And I
Yeah.
is there anything you, Wes, wanted to cover that I may have neglected?
Nah, man. I think we covered everything. It's just from the music to being a dad, man. Just people just knowing that I'm just me. Everything I've been through, man. Going through the suicides and dealing with everything I dealt with to fight to get to where I'm at. It's just it's a blessing to even be doing interviews and stuff like this because I tried taking myself out 5 times. So
See,
five.
I wasn't gonna touch on it, but
Oh no, we could, man. Oh, you touch on it. I man, I'm so comfortable talking about it now because that was just the when you go through something and you find peace in it. I'm okay with talking about it. It's not like it doesn't hurt to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Once upon a time it did, but you find peace in it because at the end of the day, there are people going through some of the same things, and you don't know. And how can somebody? You might be the reason that somebody might change their mind because they hear you talking about it. Like, oh shoot, you went through that, or you know what I'm saying? And that happened to me for real, for real. When
mm,
people started finding out, like the conversations I've had about that has been crazy. So I'm always okay to talk about it. Like once you learn your purpose and your why, I always say this: my purpose and my why is not to play drums. Drums is the gift God gave me. So I
mm,
do drums. I do that very good.
mm,
But through drums came the conversation of suicide and my books and all that. So through drums, I get to have conversation like this, like we're doing right now. Like you said, you didn't want to bring it up, but this is part of it. So yeah, man, all that stuff got me here, and it was a bumpy ride, but I made it. like
you know, there
and
was
still pushing.
there was a depth. There was a depth to the way you talked about your depression, your
Hmm.
depressive periods, and I felt it. I've got teammates that came back with me. That they're yeah, they left. So
Yeah, yeah,
you know what I mean, like, and so I felt it, and I'm going, well, we'll see if it segues organically, you know,
to it. Got you.
later.
Got you.
And because mental health in creatives is
Yes.
always a heavy topic,
Yes.
because in my opinion, you know, you're always giving.
Yep.
When you're creating, that's giving. That's
Yeah.
little tiny bits of you and having more concern whether the music is beautiful and comes out well, whether other people receive it or not. You know, that could be a heavy burden if you allow it.
Allow it to.
But
Yep.
and when you have natural life, organic life going on around you, that's also attacking you.
Mm-hmm.
It just seems to be, and especially when you get to your level, you know, having traveled internationally, been on stage and collaborated with everybody, cat, uncle, and dog.
Yeah.
There are those moments that that wall comes out and it smacks you. You ain't got to
Yes.
smack the wall
Yeah.
smacks
Smack.
you.
Nah, that's absolutely correct.
So what it I mean, to me, what drove you to the 5 times giving up?
Um. So
If you
the
want to answer, if you
no
want.
no yeah man, I like I said, I love talking about this stuff. So the one thing I don't really think I've shared openly like that is the first time I tried to take my life, man, I was 11. Because the thing is, people used to people used to pick on me.
Mm,
So not like so much bully, you know what I'm saying? Because I knew how to fight, but I didn't like to. But my friends around me, they was the ones that if I needed something, they and
mm,
I hung out with a lot of the older kids. So
mm,
so it's like, but the thing I at that time, words hurt. So when people talk about you so much, and if you don't really have confidence in yourself, those words you start to allow to become your identity. So, like I said, I remember taking a knife at 11 years old and hiding it from my parents. You feel what I'm saying? And so that went on, and then I done put the guns in my head. I done pulled the trigger. I done I done took the pills and chased it with a whole pint of Jack and tried to take myself out. And the last time that happened, like June 16th, will actually be 10, 10 years since the last time I tried to take my life. You know what I'm saying?
on my birthday,
And
bro. Really?
oh, for real, yeah.
I'm not
Oh
trying
man,
to. That's not levity. I'm just like, oh
say
my
nah,
God.
yeah. So with that, um, like, and the crazy thing is, the last time I'll speak on this, the last time that happened, that's when I took the pills and I chased it with a thing of Jack, and I was just like, at the time, man, I was just so over everything. I was just like, yo, I'm out of here. Like, I don't even care. Took my son to school, kissed him, gave him a hug, went home, and sat down. I was just like, yo, God, like, I'm tapped. I ain't got nothing. Wrote my letters out on the computer. I ain't even tell nobody. I just like, I left the computer open. Like, when they find me, they'll see everything. Took all these pills, took the Jack, and then I remember just like it just like I just started fading to the point where I couldn't even keep my eyes open. And so I was just like, yeah, I'm really doing this. And then, bro, probably around three something, I started coming to. I didn't know where I was. I for real thought I was dead. And my phone is going off, and I'm just like, I didn't even remember that I took the pills and was drinking at first because that's how just out of it I was. And so phone ringing, I kind of get up, go to the bathroom, crawl into the bathroom. Like I literally had to like pick myself up off the scene. And I can't explain it to you, but like my face didn't look like it can't explain it. Like I look like death. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm just like looking at myself in the mirror, just like, oh shoot, like I'm when I tell you I'm out of it, like because like I said, the amount of pills I took in a jet, like I'm just gone, right? The phone keep going off. I go get the phone, going to voicemail. It's my son on there. I never called anybody to pick my son up from school. So I'm just like in the mirror, man. I just started crying. I'm like, oh God, like look, give me straight so I'll get my boy real quick. Um, damn. So I just like, yeah, just give me straight. Just give me straight. I need to be sober minded so I go get him. Cause then it's like the embarrassment part, you don't want to call to say, I need somebody over to get him because
Mm.
I just, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just driving for real, just praying, like praying. Get to the school, they know me there, so I hit the button. As soon as they open the door, my son just runs out the office and hugs me, give me this big hug. And I just started crying. He was just like, it was like he knew, you
Mm.
know what I'm saying? And I was just like, yo, I never in my life be this selfish again. You know what I'm saying? So like my son, he's 17 now. And me and him, I have real conversations with him. He knows most of the stuff.
Mm.
And so, you know, I made that promise to him and I still make it to the day. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like going through that, you know, it changes you. It changes you how you look at life, how you parent, um, how you move, just in general, you know. So whew, yeah, yeah. So it's like you use that to fuel you to keep pushing. Cause it's like even when my grandmother, my best friend, and my aunt passed, like it came to start knocking on the door after that. You feel what I'm saying? Like those suicidal thoughts, they try to creep up. And you have to be what can I say? Like I pray heavy.
Yeah.
And you like that's for real. Because it's like those thoughts can creep back up at a point in time when the enemy feel like you weak
Mm.
and catch you slipping if you're not prepared. You know what I'm saying? And during that time when I kind of lost the love for music again, it started coming up like, especially when my best friend passed away at my grandmother's joint, like I'm on the flight back home. And only thing kept popping in my mind when he hold you, just like, so you want to go get the joint ended now when you get off the plane? And I'm like, nah, we ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like it's, you know, so yeah, man. But it's just like, yo, those things help shape me. And I'm thankful that I went through it because it allowed me to see how strong I am and what I'm able to face. You feel what I'm saying? And so to even be able to help, like I said, I talked to my son about stuff like, bro, if you know, if you ever got problems, you come talk to me. But it just helps me to be able to navigate and help anybody else that's gone through it or whatever like that. So yeah. But that was a whole thing. That was a whole situation, man.
So glad you're here with us.
Yeah, thank me too.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I know, and your children are. And
Yeah.
you know, I'm gonna take it beyond the music. For me, the books are a huge contribution to the fabric of humanity and
Yeah.
the next level, the next iteration of human beings that we're going to have taking care of us.
Right.
And the affirmations, you know, that they get to read.
Mm-hmm.
And even if it is a book or a robot as the stand-in parent, you know, the guardian.
Yeah.
The book is the guardian ad litem, so to speak. You know what
Right.
I mean? Like I'm going to protect your feelings. I'm going to protect your spirituality, your mentals. You
Mm-hmm.
are worthy with so much going on and so much willingness to crash out.
Yeah.
Preventative measures like your books are
Yeah.
what we need to expose
Nah, thank you.
our children to. And you know, like I said, I'm done uh raising my well, I got my nephew here. He's 16.
Gotcha. Okay.
So they trust I don't know if they trusted my ass to bring him on home to the the graduation. I'm like, so I do understand. I still bear the scars.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah,
Okay.
so um I'm like it's an honor, and I'm grateful, to first have this conversation with you, and thank you
Man, thank you too.
for
I appreciate it.
entrusting the story.
No,
Um,
I appreciate it. Like I said, I appreciate you allowing me to come on the platform to even talk about all this. Like I said, from music to whatever. Like I said, I love talking about this, man. It's part of what makes me me. Like I'm okay with being imperfect. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm perfectly fine with it.
which brings
So
us 360 to my very first question. From the inside looking out, how does Wes Watkins see Wes Watkins?
yeah, yeah. That's there you go.
Very, very powerful. Very
Oh man,
powerful.
yes.
The way you brought it up. Thank you, man. The trust that was deep for me, and I really am grateful and honored.
No problem at all. I appreciate it so much.
All right,
Like
man.
for real.
I'm looking forward to the music. Please come back anytime.
You let me know.
Oh shoot, I'm ready for. I'm ready. I think when you put your number in the scheduler, I got your number and everything. Email.
Okay.
I know how to get to you. Yeah,
Okay.
but you have an open door at the Hype Magazine or whatever.
Man, thank you very much.
Uh,
Thank you. Like I said, when we do this album, I'm gonna definitely make sure I let you know. Like
yeah.
we start recording the middle of next month. So I'm looking to I'm looking to do everything. I'm sorry. I thought I had this on airplane mode. I don't know how this.
Oh, even airplane mode, your emergency contacts and get through. Don't worry.
Goodness gracious. Hold on. I'm trying to.
Ah,
Yeah.
so,
Here we go. Okay. It should be coming back now. There we go.
uh, okay,
My bad. Sorry about that.
it's okay. It's all right.
I'm like, man, I had all this stuff on airplane.
This is a live session. People, when things happen like that, we're really live. This is no deep fake, nothing.
No, nothing. The
No,
heck?
two men here talking, and
Oh man.
one man has touched another man with his honesty, his willingness to give way beyond the music, bro.
Um,
Y'all know I get 300 pitches a day. Cover this music, cover that music, talk to this person. Like, no,
man,
I
that's what's
want to
up.
talk to y'all.
That's what's up.
This man got children's books and he's come through it. And we have an experience in our youth that even though I didn't bring it up, it came out organically. So,
Yeah, yeah.
you know what I mean? And so that's why I wanted to have this conversation. I appreciate you, my
Man,
brother.
I appreciate you so much too. Thank you very much.
All right,
Like,
man. The Hype Magazine live sessions, Mr. Wes Watkins. Go sit on the front porch with him. Be entertained.
yes, we got some
They
more
getting it
coming.
in. He's got some more coming. He's got a couple of other books, 2 or 3 books coming. He's
Yep.
also got another album that they're getting ready to get into. And you know, got my own sound.
There you go.
Speaks volumes, as
There you go.
rappers would say, it's a metaphor.
There you go. Boom. Thank
Until
you.
next time, my brother.
Man, till the next time. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
As an artist, we should reflect the time.
Why you so talented?
Cause I'm black.
Why you so amazing?
Cause I'm black.
It's really important that we build characters so that people understand their story matters.
2 Chainz and I both are just really into good food.
And when you know you are royalty, you will only aim in life to be royalty.
We're doing it right now. I don't give a damn what they say about me. Yes, I called your ass out. I know I shouldn't be saying this kind of.
Shout out the Hype Magazine Network.
Shout out to the Hype Magazine Network.
Hey, what's good, man? This your man, Dr. Jerry Dobie, editor-in-chief of the Hype Magazine, man. I'm out here chilling. Well, I'm in my office chilling. Saturday edits, getting ready for the new issue. And people always ask me, bro, like, how do I keep it going? How do I keep the energy up? I use a lot of different things. First of all, it's just the absolute love of what I do anyway. But sometimes you need a little help. My friends over at Triple, it is a seltzer out of this world. So uh, it's the original high seltzer. It's got 3 milligram THC, and just 15 to 20 calories, something like that. Better yet, though, they're now introducing the triple drop, which is a cherry lemon infused boost. Take that with you anytime. Hey, I like that. Dope. They taste good and it keeps me going, man. I'm working odd hours. You know what I mean? It's a game changer for anyone that's looking for a tasty, versatile, social friendly THC experience. You know how it goes. Easy to carry, especially these little packs, real easy to carry. Tear open the top, you can mix it into the drink or take it like a shot. Right now, I'm got this little slim can. It's the lime, I think. This is grapefruit killer. I like the effect. I like the taste. And my understanding is Triple was born from a desire to blend THC social buzz with the social ritual of like sipping on a seltzer. You know, it's pretty down to earth, basic backstory. I love it. Um, Triple seltzer and the drops. They're they're available in grocery stores, so we're not talking about nothing that's illegal or regulated like that. It's available in grocery stores, liquor stores, bars, restaurants in Missouri, Kansas, Iowa, Louisiana, Georgia, Florida, and South Carolina. So few of those are pretty conservative states. I think of those, only Missouri is recreational. So to have Kansas, Iowa, and Louisiana, um, be you're available in the grocery stores. I mean, love it. So nationally, though, it's available online at drinktriple.com. And yeah, that's how I keep it going. Love it. Tastes good. Appreciate you. You know what I mean? Sean, my man. All right, we're gonna get into this edit. And coming up, we have Wes Weston. He is the drummer from Front Porch. And you might have seen him go viral on for his drumming with T.I. and Young Dro. He killed that. But um anyway, so we're getting ready to edit that video, turn it into an editorial. And one more shout out to my guys at Triple for keeping me going on the weekend. Triple shot. Love it.